EP.
Yes.
Why are you so reluctant to talk about it? You even, when I've watched you in conversation, it seems that there was about the two of you, kindred souls, you saw in each other something deep inside that you both knew, you both had, and it's almost now as if you were trying to protect that.
Oh, yes.
What is it?
It was extremely special. It was very strong.
Strong in the what?
Our relationship was very strong and very serious and very real. We went together for 1 year, and he trusted me, and I do not want to betray his trust even in death.
What would be betraying his trust?
I knew him very, very well.
So if you pointed out weaknesses that you knew that would, because all of us have them, and if we have a love relationship, then we certainly know about them. If you do that, it would be a betrayal of him to tell the truth about, whether it's about the best of him or the worst of him.
There's been so much written that has been negative about him. I wanted to celebrate his life. The man that I knew.
And what would you say to celebrate his life? The huge talent?
He was so gifted, and it makes me extremely angry that all of a sudden all these people who made fun of him right near his death, all of a sudden, posthumously, right after he passed on, were writing reams and reams of stories on him, how gifted he was. Why didn't they do that when he was alive?
So they could have saved his life.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you understand him very well, because you grew up in North Carolina.
And that's the saddest thing about him. Huge talent, thrown away, and friends were not there to save him from it.
I just cherish his memory. And so did my father and my mom and my friends. And I remember great times that we had, and
What was good
his
about it?
generosity. And
I know he sent flowers, and you knew that he was dead when the flowers didn't arrive, because you always got the flowers when you had a new engagement shaped like a guitar. And that was the day.
It was unreal. It was just unreal. But I remember,
It's still hard for you.
because I'm real private. And he was too. I remember a time when when I was living in this apartment with my parents, and they were great. They were Danish. They were from Denmark. A sea captain and his wife. They were the landlords. And Mr. Jorgensen had passed away, and Mrs. Jorgensen was having a birthday, and Elvis had met her before, and he said, let's go and say a happy birthday to her. And he just was so sensitive and considerate, and he knew about honor and about respecting your elders and manners and being civilized and
Worshiped the ground his mother walked on.
yes, and he loved his family, loved his parents. He loved his little daughter so much.
Why do you think? I mean, was he that unique a talent that when you think of the great entertainers of our time and those who have shaped the culture, he is high, very high on that list, and there's no one on the scene today like him.
There never will be.
Why? What was
Well,
it?
he's one of these gentlemen who is an American original.
That was it. There was a certain authenticity about who he was and the way he sounded and his, what?
Oh, yes. See, that's why it gets me crazy when these people, they write all these articles. Oh, he started this, he started that, and he was gifted. And he did. Why didn't they say that when he was alive? Because jealousy.
Yeah.
That's why.
But help me understand this, and because this is important, because you knew him. What difference would it have made? Did he need that self-confidence? Did he need that sense of people who to write that so that he would not have turned to other things?
I won't get into that. I wanted that for him.
Because you loved him and because you wanted him to have the satisfaction of having that known about him. So he understood that other people knew.
Yes. Yes.
He didn't know. Or he didn't know that other people knew.
This is getting very uncomfortable for me.
Okay, I know, but just stay with me 1 second. I promise I won't go anywhere. But because it's not salacious. We're talking about an appreciation of someone, we're not trying to rake over the worst of him. We're trying to understand the memory, which shouldn't be uncomfortable in a sense, except those parts that are private. I'm not asking about those parts.
Yes.
Am I?
No, you're not.
Okay. I'm not saying what went on, but in a sense because he's an American icon, you know, and you so eloquently and privately mourned that he didn't receive that kind of things that only was said in death. You know, it's an extraordinary thing about death is that people begun to realize what might have been, about their friends, what should have been said before. Frequently, there are children who have their parents die. Pat Riley was here, the great coach for the New York Knicks and former of the LA Lakers.
I know exactly who he is.
Saying that he didn't have a chance to say some things to his father he wished he had a chance to say. He, you know, now you clearly did. Clearly, and the thing that troubled you the most about your life, in a sense, was that during the period of alcoholism, there was an estrangement from family, and you having stated how much it means to you. And it's just extraordinary that so frequently it takes death. I remember the actor from Little House on the Prairie.
Michael Landon.
Michael Landon.
Yes.
You know, said when he was dying, and he knew he was dying, said, it's almost like you ought to say, you know, I am dying the day you're born. I am dying. So that you can get on with living and understanding how precious living is.
Did he say that?
Yeah. Was he a friend?
I never met Michael, no.
Yeah.